What's up guys, Tempest here, back again with some more Satisfactory. This time, we have a little list of goals on the right hand side. So we gotta upgrade the iron and steel plants, automate motors, and build a concrete plant. Maybe not all at once, but that is the goal. So we're gonna start with our iron plant first, because we're just right here. And we need 30 frames. Oh, luckily there's 30 iron modular frames right there. So we can do miner mark 2, miner mark 2. Missing some steel pipe. That's fine. I can go out and go grab some steel pipe. We got plenty of steel pipe. There we go. Okay, mark 2, boom, done. Alright, so that means unfortunately we're gonna have to delete a lot of this. Because we have now basically we've 3x'd our raw iron ore output just by doing this. So we're going to leave the merger there, and we'll start with this back one here. So that's fine. We're just going to delete all this. Probably leave those two there. And we'll start by, let's see here, it's a 120 per minute. So the splitter could be 60 off that way. So start with a Mark II. One of these. There we go. And we'll do a splitter right here. So it'll be a splitter going once right there, and then we'll have to do another splitter right here. Then delete that one, sample that one. That's not quite gonna work, is it? Reason why is no, that looks perfectly lined up actually. Okay, so we're just have to delete that. Do that thing. Then over here we'll have to do a splitter. Bump that over. We should R3 half nudge. There we go. That might get us there. Doesn't really say, does it? That's alright. We will just have to do this. So we'll put a splitter here. Yeah, we'll put a splitter here. Oh, that's an idea, actually. Okay, so splitter have to go there. It's going to split a 60 into 30. Then we're going to need to do Mark II. Do a straight, we'll do it right in the middle there. Actually, I'm gonna place our splitter first. So do this right here. And we'll put our splitter right there. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. 2, 3, there we go. And we put our Mark II lift right there. Mark II belt going into there. Split coming out of there, back there. Then we're gonna need a smelter. We're gonna need 2 smelters. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Yeah, we'll put one right here. Snap it into place. That way, we can do one of these. Do a splitter. Right. Start back here. Give us a little bit more space. 2, 3. No. That's all I meant to do. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. So then we'll just do lift there, another lift there. Then we do 60 belt. Invalid conveyor belt shape. Sure, let's roll with that. Well, that'll work. There we go. Iron ingot. There we go. Iron ingot. And yeah, we'll do this right here. Because then, hang on, turn on my flashlight so you can see what I'm doing here. There we go. Now then, we'll hook that bad boy up right there. Then go to... Ooh, actually, yes. Oh, we can do that. Can I just upgrade that one? Yes. Perfect. There we go. Nice. Alright, that's gonna have more wiring connections, which is fantastic. If I can get that one, we'll upgrade that one. And we'll upgrade that one. There we go. Okay, so now then we did that. Now then we can hook. Nope, we've got that hooked up to there already. So it's 7 wiring connections now because we have it marked 2. Let's go. Okay. Now then. Fun part's gonna be the miners. Not the miners, the smelters right here. So we got these merging there, which is fine. Merging and then going up along the wall would be a good idea. Let's see, can I put a merger? No. Could put it right there. Because then that'd be 60. No, it's 60, that's 120. But I would have to upgrade that belt to do it. Yeah, screw it. What we'll do is we'll put 1, 2, 3. No, we won't do 3 high. We'll do higher. We'll do 4 high. There we go. There's our merger. So then we just gotta do this sort of thing until we figure out how high it needs to be. Which, that right there looks good. 1, 2, I think that looks good maybe. There we go. Right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna upgrade that to Mark II belt. Upgrade that to Mark II belt. Upgrade that to Mark II. And since that's upgraded to Mark II, no, hang on. Upgrade that to Mark II. Merger. Merge it right there. Because now we're not gonna need a Mark II for that. We're gonna need a Mark I because we're putting up 30 and 30. Put that there. So that's all that ore being processed. All that's upgraded, that's upgraded. I think those are all already Mark IIs. We'll have to go look. Okay, well, let's go have a peek see, shall we? Do the old run and jump. Nope, those are all Mark I's. Let's upgrade that, shall we? In fact, let's do that. Let's future-proof it a little bit. Do those Mark IIIs. I have enough stuff down here to grab those. Make that Mark III as well. Let's grab that stack of 200. Probably gonna grab. Should have another one in here somewhere. Yeah. Grab that. Grab steel pipes. Alright, sweet. So now, we're gonna go up here. Well, no, I haven't finished downstairs. Almost got ahead of myself. So we still have to build 4 more smelters. And upgrade some stuff. So it's Mark II. And that's now a Mark II. So that's all good. Let's see. That's a splitter. What we'll do is we will delete this. Do another splitter. There we go. Now have a Mark II going there. There's that. Sample this building. Dunk. There. Snapping mode. 1, 2. Now we can wire these things up. And then Mark II. Upgrade that for more connections. We'll slap another one. Slap another one right there. Power line, there we go. Alright, now it's just awaiting stuff. So now we can do this right here. That's gonna be heckin' tight. Might not work. Well, we will hit it with our best shot and see what happens. Yeah, that's nowhere near lined up. You know what? We'll try this. Try that. Bump that into there. It's not gonna work. Curve default. Hang on. It's default. Hang on, what if... Nah, I just don't know if it's gonna freaking work. I mean, it's obviously not. But I need a second split off of this thing. So what we're gonna do, sample splitter. Destroy that. Destroy that. Destroy that. Put down a splitter. That's merger. A splitter. Hang on. Delete. Delete. That's probably getting too close for that trick. So probably what we're gonna have to do is do splitter on the ground, snapping mode. There we go. We'll do splitter on the ground. Now we're straight. Now that we're straight, we can go up. No, won't face it that way. Do this. Face it that way. Alright, so gonna have a split. One, two, three. We'll have a split here. It's gonna be our first split. Bam, right into there. And that split into those. That's fantastic. Now then, merger, grab a splitter. One, two, three. Then grab that. And that. There we go. Alright, so that splits all 120 of those. Because that goes into there, gets split into 260s. Which then gets used here by these two. It's just 230s. After it gets split here into 230s. So that splits this row into 230s from 60. So there's all of this done. So now we need to do the exact same thing with mergers on this side. That's a merger. Put that there, and that there. Now we can do mark one. 1, 2. Oh wait, we already have a merger right there. So all we have to do is do that right there and hook into it and bam. Garbanzo beans. She's done. Alright. This needs to be upgraded to a Mark II. These two are fine. You just gotta play around with splitters. Let's see here. Smelter. Snapping mode. 1, 2. So what we're gonna do is we could run this one in a manifold rather than a load balancer style. which would save a little bit of space. You know what? Yeah, we'll run this one in a manifold style. Three there. Right there. 1, 2, 3. Delete those. Now then, grab our belt. Oh, no, can't grab our belt. We gotta go upstairs and grab some plates, which you should have some leftovers stored somewhere. I mean, we should have some leftovers stored somewhere. Okay, so bada bing, bada boom, bada pow. All that's done. Now we throw a Mark II belt on there. And we're gonna need Mark II belts to hook up everything else. So bam, 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 bam. Now we got to electrically hook these up. Mark II, put that up there. Wire. Grab that, hook that right there. Now that's done. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little switcheroo. And instead of this, we're going to move our merger. Move it. Straight up move it. Put a merger right here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Nah, out of rods. Really? Rods? That's alright, I can just delete that bottom. Those bottom ones right there, and they'll give me enough. There we go. So now we can just merge these ones. And those will work perfect. So now we just need to merge these bad boys. Merge them further out. Give us a little bit of space to play with. This right here. Do a Mark II. There we go. Maximum height. There we go. Alright, so that is number 2 done. Well, 2 and 3, really. Okay, so now then we've got 120. 120. 120. So we have all of that, which is 120, 240, 360. 360 iron per minute, which is quite a lot. Right, so this is the floor that's going to have a major overhaul. So, there's probably going to be a few dismantle crates around, but that's okay. We're deleting all this. Why? Because we have alternate recipes. Makes things a bit more simple. Gonna save some on power. Which luckily I have the setting for combine disassemble crates. And since I've got better logistics, can do all this with much less. Bing. Right. This is where the change is going to be. Right, so instead of making rods, we're just going to go straight to cast screws. So there's 100, 150, and 200. That is 200 screws per minute. And what that means is that I can now take logistics. Don't know why I went through that menu. I can do this right here. So we're going to put this somewhere in the middle. Kind of bump it out a little bit. 1, 2. Looks like 3 will do it. So there's 100, so it's got to be a Mark II. Bam. Bam. And now I need Mark IIIs. So, realistically, we need to do this right here. Bam, right there. And we take that, push it out there. So that's done, and that's all of our screws with, 6 less machines. But you might ask, well, what about all the rest? Are you still going to be overfeeding? I mean, yeah, it's 12.5 per minute times 4 machines. It's going to be like 48, 50, something like that. At 12 and a half. I'm just trying to do math in my head here, so. Break out the old calculator, so here. Closing all that. So 12.5. Yeah, I was right. So that is only. So we're getting 200 screws per minute with only 50 iron ingots being used. Which means we still have another, what, 80 to use, if I remember, if I'm thinking right. So there's 50 there, 120. Yeah, that's got to be upgraded. So that's 120. It's going 60, which is feeding these two. Feeding those two. So we need to do this right here. We need to delete that. Take this. Go default. So we're taking a split here, splitting it once, go in here, split it 2 more times. Okay, so trying to think. So if we split 123 ways, so what? 40, 80, 120, so that's 3. And we need 50 for that. My brain's gonna start frying here in a second. We're out of excess. So if we do a split, a double split here, then a merge, that means we're getting, combine these two to make 80, and that's only getting 40. But it needs 50 to feed all of them. Load balancer things. So what we could do is we could just do it manifold style, whatever we're doing. We've upgraded stuff, great, but what do we want to do with it? Well, we need to make motors. Fantastic. What do we need to make motors? Well, we need rotors and stators. Well, in order to get rotors, we gotta have these. That's an alternate, so we can do steel rotors, but that's not super useful in this situation. Well, we could do iron pipes and iron wire, actually. But that would take a lot of input, wouldn't it? We'll do iron ingot. Let's see. Used to make iron pipe, 100 per minute. Yeah. This is just about one line of that. Iron wire is 12.5 per minute. So that means I could use another, what, 4 to make 100 and another 2 clock down to 10 to make the wire. So it has 6 making wire. So that's a decent amount of wire. Okay, we can do that, yeah. Then we got no, we're not really gonna need rods because we can make rotors from iron pipe, which is what we need to do. So we need iron pipe. Which I think I said was 100 per minute. Yeah. So basically 120 line can, so basically all the 4 smelters that I've got going can, on one miner, can do the steel pipe or the iron pipe. Okay, so that'd be the rotors done. All with just iron. This is great. But we also need, well, that'd be the stators, the wire and the pipe, which is the stators. Wait, so my brain's ticking here. So the stator takes pipe and wire as well. So realistically, we can just have an entire floor making pipe and wire, with the exception of like one of them being plates. That's 20 per minute, actually. Sorry, my brain is loading in real time. So, there's all the screws. We won't be needing that many screws. Yeah, we're not going to be needing that many screws. Brain had a eureka moment. Alright. So, what if we go for, man, it'd be so much wire. Alright, let's have a think about this. So, we need to make rotors reinforced plates, stators, and reinforced iron plates here. Do I have this stitched reinforced plate? Yeah, I do have the stitched iron plate, because we've got that being used in the other factory. So we can keep making the smart plating. And we can get rid of screws altogether. Just make a crap ton of iron wire and a crap ton of iron pipes. Job's a good one. Let's see, we need the smart plating. You don't need screws. Bro, we can just get rid of screws. Bro, this is incredible. You're making iron wire. You're making an iron wire. You're gonna make an iron wire. You're making iron wire. So I can make 4. That's 50 plus another 4. Give me another 50. So then I would need, well, I could use the leftover 20 to make plates. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That is what I will do. So we will need production, constructor. Yeah, we're shutting all this down, bro. We just shutting all this down. This is gonna make our building life so easy, because we can make 2 important things out of just like 2 materials, and we can make a crap ton of both. No, we can keep those. Okay, man, we have so much iron. Right, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do constructor, do it this way. Start back here. Hold there. Yeah, that's fine. So now we do 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. Didn't place the 4. Okay, so now then we do this trick. Okay, that'll do. 1, 2, 3. We'll go ahead and stack it 4. Then 1, 2, 3. Do. We grab that. Put that right there. Then we grab this. Put that right there. Now we do the exact same thing for that side, so... I need to bump that over a little bit. Okay, that's good. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we do this right here. So can I do... Okay, that's a Mark II belt already. I think that's a Mark III. Looks like it. Do a merger. If we can. Okay, we'll do that. It's gonna be like 23 and 23, so that should be good enough. Merger for these two. Then we need to merge them both into here. Snapping mode on. Go. Gotta bring it down a step or two. Well, it might be too sharp. Not too sharp. That is surprising. Okay, so now then we can do... Yeah, we'll run it out this way. That'll be good enough. So now we have to freaking belt that thing all the way over there. Whee! We'll go straight mode. We'll build them right there. So now we're gonna do this manifold style, just like the last one. Except we can feed it from this end. Not a whole lot of space back here, so hang on a freaking minute here. Alright, snap mode. Alright, sweet. Now, I'm going to manifold this thing up. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm sorry, what? No. Ah, I see the problem. Okay, sweet. So, Mark II that thing all the way over. Yeah, put that thing there. And we actually need to do this. There we go. There's wire. Your wire. There's wire. Okay. So there is all that. And with the manifold do its thing and spin up while we wire it. There we go. Alright, so there's all that. So there is enough space. So you're saying there's a chance. Okay, so there's all that. And it's a metric crap ton of wire. Oh, hang on. Okay. So, that's all that. Cut out a little hole in the wall to move another one. So now take a constructor. Take that iron plate. should have 20 per minute left over. Should do. Ah, that's why. Oh, it's Mark 1. No, I need Mark 2. Need everything to be Mark 2. That's looking better. Okay, so there's all that. So now we're making 22.5 times 8. So it's 22.5 times 8. So we're making 180 wire per minute. Just from that one line. So we're going over to recipes. We're gonna take a look at. I went way past it. Reinforced plate. So it's 37.5 wire for that. Okay. Then the rotors. See, I said 37.5. We'll just call it an even 40 wire. 40 wire for stitched iron plates. Stator. We're gonna need another 40. It's 80. So we said we're cranking out 180 wire a minute. So we still have a 100 wire a minute left. So let's see. Rotor. Steel rotor. 30 per minute. Okay. So from that one line of 120 iron a minute, we've made all the wire plus some to make rotors, stitched steel plates, stators. Oh, stators. I think stators is the thing. It's the other one I need, right? No, this is 40. We've done that one. So that's 40. 40, 30, 70. I think 6 iron plate required. Yeah, we just called it. We called it 40. So 40, 40, and we said 30. Yeah, we said 30. So that's only 110. So we have like 70 wire left over. So now we've got... Are you waiting? Yeah, you're waiting. You're waiting. Did I mess up my math? 12.5 times 8. 12.5 times 8 should be given us, should require 100. So that means I should have 20 left over to feed that. Unless I didn't upgrade the lifts. No, I didn't. See, this is how you troubleshoot your supply problems. See, that was the one against the wall. That's Mark II belt all the way. Oh, hang on. No, it's Mark II belt all the way. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, it's because it didn't upgrade this one yet. I've upgraded that one. What the heck's going on? Mark II. Ah. Yep, that'll do it every time. Oh yeah, I can get rid of all that nonsense. Delete. Oh, delete all of type. There we go. Don't need that. So that's done. So that should be running smoothly now. Make sure everything else is upgraded while I'm down here. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, cool. Alright, everything down here should theoretically be upgraded now. Let's now go out here and make sure that we've got all the other stuff upgraded as well. Yeet. We'll just upgrade all three of them to Mark III, because better to be faster than slower. Alright, so now we're just chock full of stuff. That's our plate. So now we still have 2 lines of freaking iron to deal with. So, you know what, we're just gonna delete all this. We don't really need all these screws. We're just going to delete all of them. There we go. And I've freed up some space. So now that can go to making plates. Which I think we need... how many? Regular iron plates for that? 10. So realistically, that one will do us fine. And that'll do 6 reinforced iron plates a minute. Which will do us freaking everything uses reinforced iron plate. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're gonna need to make a crap ton of iron pipes as well. So, rotor. So we need 10 steel pipe a minute for that. For rotors. Then we're gonna need an additional 15 per minute for stators. So that's our motors taken care of. No, not quite, because it's 10 per minute. So let's double that. So that's 50 pipe. Which means we're going to need 210 wire, if I'm thinking correct. So that means we're going to need another, let's see, it's what, 22 and a half. Gonna need at least 2 more constructors for iron wire. And I think it was 100 per minute for the pipe. Go back down here to the pipe. Yeah. So 2 constructors making iron pipe. It's 25 per minute. Okay, so do iron pipe. Iron pipe. So those 2 can be pipe constructors. 100 per minute, so it's going to be Mark II. Splitter. Nope. Those are backwards. Do a splitter, we'll do it facing that way. Because realistically we could do, see, 80 and 80 would be 160. Trying to math it out so it all balances somewhat okay. So there's that. Then we're gonna need another one. You said 2 iron wire. So we'll do, hang on a freaking second here, we'll do merger. You mean too sharply to attach? We'll delete that then. Merger. That's too close. It needs to be further down. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll do 4. Okay, there's a Mark III. So we'll do a splitter. Not right there. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Then another. 1, 2, 3. We'll just feed all these. 2. 3. Feed all these manifold style. So we got a Mark III going from there to there. We'll have Mark III going all the way through. Great, we'll have a Mark III there. Mark I will be fine right there, and also right there. That'll be fine, and that'll be fine. So I have 2 more iron wire and 2 more. And we have 2, making 50 iron pipe a minute. Alright, first of all, we need to get rid of this. Get rid of that merger. Get rid of all this. Right. So these two can be merged because they're both making the same freaking thing. No, I'm gonna merge it towards the wall. There we go. Okay, so now then, that's gone. Yes, so that can be for pipe. Yeah, we'll run the iron pipe out there. So there's our iron pipe. What we're gonna do is see if we can. No, it's not gonna let us. Right. So what we're gonna have to do is we have to merge these guys. One, two. Three. Yeah, screw it, we'll do four. Because we gotta go up kind of high. So that's gonna be good. There we go. Bam. Okay. So there's our wire. All that looks good. Still looking good. Mark II, Mark II. Gotta go outside to check those. Pretty sure I upgraded all three of these to Mark III. Did, okay. Delete that one. That's gonna go out that way. Yeah, we'll go ahead and feed this. Stop you right there. Have you feed in the middle up there. So we got our pipe. That way you've got our 2 iron wire going out the back. Then we gotta figure out this guy, because these are plates. 2. Yeah, we'll just have him reach for darn near this guy. He's gonna be operating at a luxurious 30 or 20 per minute. Kind of hard to tell if I'm lined up with anything over there, but we're gonna do right there. Have you come out right there. So now then, we need to upgrade these lifts. Go up, because now that we've done all that, now we gotta change recipes. Delete all that. So now, instead of screws, we're doing stitched iron plates, baby. In fact, hang on, pause production. Frickin' pause production, bro. I think that's our pipe. Should be our pipe. So actually, we're gonna be deleting this. There we go. No. I had it right. Those are plates. For some reason, I thought those were our pipes. Unless I didn't throw my pipes over there. Ah, I see. We haven't run out of stuff yet. There we go. Just gonna delete all that crap, because that was our pipes. Much better. Because now that's not gonna have any foreign matter. By matter, I mean parts. To do this right here. Do that. Okay, and that'll be pipe. All those are gonna need wire. So we're gonna have this thing. Gonna be steel rotors. This one also steel rotors. So our pipes are going to come into here, split into two here. Really need to make rotors. Not rotors, stators. So that's stator. And we're going to need 10 of those. Delete those. Might as well delete those. Just gonna go over here in this corner and dump a lot of this stuff off. And drop a couple of these as well. There we go. Everything needs pipe, everything needs wire. So I think what's gonna work best is we do the thing where you have wire going in one level and pipe going in up on another. So we're going to be doing this right here. So we can do this right here. That right there. Then we're gonna do pipe on the short ones. And what I want to do really is to take these want to merge them. So we'll merge. Actually, I'm just gonna get rid of that altogether. Gonna run another manifold. So we'll have a splitter come in right there. Feed to the left. And to the right. So we've got rotor, rotor. We need 2 stators. Bruh. Okay, there's 1 stator. Gonna need a 2nd stator. Hang on. Pick that up. There we go. Boom. Sample that building. Snap. Done. One. Yeah, that looks good enough, I think. Yeah. Alright, so there's that. And this. And we have a secondary manifold. So we got caught my mistake. So bam, bam, bam. I'll do Mark 3 belts. For up there. Bam. 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 There we go. So now we just need a conveyor merger. Split it that way. I'll go ahead and put it right here. 2, 3. There we go. Do that right there, because then we can do Mark 2. That might need Mark 3. Can't remember. Might go ahead and just make it all Mark 3, really. Okay, there's a merger. Straight mode, bam. There's that. So that third one is our plates. That is our pipe. So for the short stack, we'll do Mark 1 and see how that works out for us. Up 2. Sample. There we go. Okay, so there's our pipe coming in, and there's that right there. Hopefully I'm still recording. Okay. Still going. Good. So got that going in, that going in. So those two are merged, and we've got stitch plates. That we still need to do. Yeah, we'll do wall outlet Mark 2. Yeah, we'll just frickin' steal the wire. How about that? Well, quote unquote steal. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and just do all those get marked 2. And heck, why not? That's gonna get marked 2. Okay, so now that we've changed all this, we're gonna have to redo all this. It's okay. I mean, there's other iron nodes we can use to make the space plating and all that. Or smart plating. Right, I also need to leave all that as well, so let's just go ahead and delete all that. Go ahead and delete all this. These two are rotors, yeah? Okay, they are. We're not gonna need splitters. We're gonna need mergers. I don't even think we're gonna need mergers. We're just gonna... see here. We're gonna need. All right. Yeah, we're gonna need mergers because that's takes 10 a minute for just one. Oof. Right. So there's our motor. Deleting that. Okay, so this thing getting a merger. That thing also getting a merger. Difference is that how this one gets a merger is it's gonna go straight into there. Slap a merger on there. Let the output go that way. To that. Yeah, let's have that do that. Why not? So there's that. Another merger. That's fine. Bam. 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 Right into there. Motors. Done. Okay, so that's our main iron plant completely redone to make motors. All with only iron. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Right. So it's... I think we might have time to do a little bit more, so... We will, now that this is done, now we need to go do our steel production. So let's go hop over to our steel. Alright, so we have made it. Got a decent chunk of stators being made still. Automated wiring still freaking going strong. Can probably pop those out though. So we've got a crap ton of that. You really need to redo a whole bunch of this so we can add some encased steel beams. And we still got this going on. Oh boy. Alright, so let's go ahead and just empty our inventory for a second. We've got so much crap. Get some nice little piles going here. Should be plenty. Gonna take all those, gonna take these over to the old Space Needle. Whee! And see where we're at with these things. Transfer olive type. Boom. Okay, we still have a bunch. I think we still have some left. Which is crazy that it's built that many with no sloops or nothing. And we've just been out, you know, building. Just out here rebuilding stuff. So I think I'm gonna take the iron node that's not being used right now and use it to make some other stuff. Like the smart plating, because I think we're still gonna need smart plating later. Nope, that was all I made. Oh, got a decent amount of frames there. Just gonna keep letting her cook. So that'll be 1460. Versatile framework done and good to go. So we're just gonna dump off these last 6, and then we're going to, ooh, there we go. Then we're going to try and at least start the rebuild process of redoing our steel factory. Whee! And the reason why I want to redo it is because I think we can do more steel output. Just have a higher output in general. Of not just ingots, but parts. So what's about to happen is about to take all these out and leave these containers. Deleting all this stuff. Then we're gonna do something similar to what we had or have currently over at our iron plant. But difference is we have to now smelt all this stuff. And why we have to smelt all this stuff is because we now are going to use the solid steel ingot recipe for steel. Obviously. So that's going to require see, that gives us 120 already. Recipe, where's steel at? There we go. Solid steel ingot, 40 smelted per minute. So 120 will give us 40, 80. So it can feed 3. I can feed 3 foundries and get 45 per minute per. So I'm getting 5. No. 60 per minute. I almost said 45 because I was looking at the recipe above it, which is the vanilla recipe. So, which means we're getting 120 in, 120 out. No, 180 out. Because 2 of these would put out 120. So, without even upgrading anything, we've already got our steel production to a crazy level. Because if we upgrade, these things to Mark II, brother, that is 240 iron a minute and 240 coal per minute. Do you understand how much steel that is? Like, that is insane, the amount of steel that is. Like, thing is that we're gonna have to, like, move, like, all this storage. Have to move all this. I want to keep this storage here because, you know, we've got production going. I want to keep all that production going. So what we're gonna do is boom, boom. Trying to think what I want to do. I didn't think I'd make it this far. Right. So, actually, what I'm gonna do is, since all this is done and good to go, and we're basically just waiting on versatile frameworks for step 1. I'm probably going to hop off, do some maths, do some thinking, see what I can come up with for what I want to do with the steel plant, since I've got the iron plant done. And we're making motors because we're gonna need a crap ton of motors, because we're about to get into oil production, and we can turn that into fuel, and we're gonna make plastic, rubber, all kinds of stuff. We're gonna be making circuit boards from the plastic and the copper sheets that we've got cooking on the copper plant over there. We're gonna be ramping up production in a big way. I am going to also run up here, grab this, and grab that, and probably that looks like a stamp. Yeah, it's a stamp. Trying to think I'm gonna run around, see if I can grab a couple more hard drives after these ones, and you know, see if we can get some alternate recipes for early fuel.
A few moments later.
This phase is about to get super in depth, super quick. I mean, just look, we've got jetpacks, Mark IV stuff, which is gonna take the encased steel beams. The most complicated part we're gonna get into is petroleum power. You know, the industrial manufacturing for making the modular engines, because I've not done that. Same thing with the adaptive control units. I've not done that, so it's gonna be an adventure. Monorails. I've not dipped into monorails at all, period. Monorails are like aluminum for me. You know, it's spooky. I mean, heck, we got so much work to do. And I'm looking forward to all of it. Because honestly, I'm really enjoying putting out this content on YouTube for you guys, putting out you know, doing Satisfactory stuff, because Satisfactory is just fun in general for me, and I love it, and I can't wait to do more. You know, we're gonna do, you know, a huge fuel build, which is gonna be great. I'm gonna try and get into like trains, and if not trains, we're gonna get into like trucks to start moving stuff around. Because, you know, the further away we go, you know, the better transportation we're gonna need. So yeah, can't really think of anything else that I want to cover today, so I'm going to love you and leave you. And yeah, thanks you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.
Due to Pioneer request and several reported issues with staircases, there is now a more efficient solution. The Fix-It personnel elevator ensures optimal safety by putting a Pioneer in a box controlled by a rudimentary AI, specialized in soothing a straining mind. Exposure to a Fix-It personnel elevator is recommended to be a minimum of 2 minutes per day for optimal gain. Power augmenter unlocked. Summer sloops naturally harvest. Yes, harvest energy from distant sources and distribute it locally. The power augmenter supercharges summer sloops by feeding it local power, increasing its harvesting range and efficiency, and thus power output. Basically, the more power it's given, the more it provides.
Do not loop the loop organ. It will shred and tear and unravel the threads. Many temples burned.
Good to know, that confirms that hypothesis. Dimensional Depot unlocked. SAM can be utilized to deconstruct matter down to its chemical elements in one dimension, and the Mercer sphere allows it to be transferred and stored in another. Once parts are fed into the Dimensional Depot, they can be accessed by the Pioneer inventory and build gun system at any time, anywhere.
We see through the window. It is pathetic. Consume more blood. The glass will not shatter, the metal will not bend, the wood will not splinter.